Sri Gurubhyo Namah children, welcome to online project initiative Ekalaiva. Today we are going to discuss about electrochemistry. What is electrochemistry actually? It is a branch of chemistry where chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. So we are going to see how chemical energy which is produced by the spontaneous redox reaction is converted into electrical energy. So conversion of chemical energy into electrical energy by the spontaneous redox reactions. So we are going to deal with that. So we can call this branch of chemistry as electrochemistry. Are you ready children? Be ready with your notebook. We are going to start the lesson now. Electrochemistry. A branch of chemistry which deals with the conversion of chemical energy into electrical energy, by the spontaneous chemical reactions and using this electrical energy to bring out the chemical reactions. Using this chemical energy to bring out the chemical reactions. So I told about electrochemistry. What is electrochemistry actually? It is a branch of chemistry where we are going to convert the chemical energy into electrical energy, and this electrical energy which is produced is made use of to bring out the chemical reactions. So we can call this chemistry as electrochemistry. And there are so many concepts we are going to learn in this lesson. To start with, I am going to talk about the electrochemical cell. We are going to see what is a electrochemical cell, or it can be called as a voltaic cell, or it can be called as galvanic cell. So we are going to talk about the first important concept of this lesson. What is that actually? We are going to talk about electrochemical cell. Otherwise, it can be called as galvanic cell or voltaic cell. So I am going to talk about electrochemical cell now. We are going to see what is electrochemical cell. Electrochemical cell or voltaic cell or galvanic cell. Electrochemical cell or voltaic cell or galvanic cell. So what is electrochemical cell or voltaic cell or galvanic cell? Electrochemical cell is one electrochemical cell is one in which the chemical energy obtained by the spontaneous redox reaction, the chemical energy obtained by the spontaneous redox reaction is converted into electrical energy. The electrochemical cell is one in which the chemical energy obtained by the spontaneous redox reaction is converted into electrical energy. So, here I gave definition for electrochemical cell. It can be otherwise called as voltaic cell or galvanic cell. Actually, electrochemical cell is one where the chemical energy obtained by the redox reaction, spontaneous redox reaction. So, chemical energy which is obtained by the spontaneous redox reaction is converted into electrical energy. So, chemical energy is converted into electrical energy, and this electrical energy only we are going to use it to bring out the chemical reactions, non-spontaneous chemical reactions. So, this is about electrochemical cell, which is otherwise called as voltaic cell or galvanic cell. We are going to talk about an example, Daniell cell. So, what is the example for voltaic cell or galvanic cell or electrochemical cell? We can talk about Daniell cell or zinc copper cell. So, I have defined electrochemical cell, which is a voltaic cell or galvanic cell. What is a electrochemical cell? It is a cell in which the chemical energy obtained by the redox reaction, spontaneous redox reaction, is converted into electrical energy. So, we are converting chemical energy into electrical energy, and this electrical energy which is obtained in the galvanic cell by the spontaneous chemical reaction is used to bring about the other chemical reactions. And when you give the example for electrochemical cell or voltaic cell or Daniell cell or galvanic cell, the very familiar example is Daniell cell. So, here this Daniell cell, otherwise called as zinc copper cell. Shall we see about the Daniell cell? The next one we are going to talk about the Daniell cell, and we are going to see how the chemical energy is converted into electrical energy. What are the electrodes we are using here? How is the flow of electron and flow of current? And finally, we are going to talk about the cell potential, the EMF that is developed at the end of the reaction. We are going to see now how much cell potential is developed at the end of the spontaneous redox reaction. So, we are going to talk about redox reaction. What is redox reaction? Both reduction and oxidation takes place simultaneously. Here in this electrochemical cell, we are going to bring about the chemical reaction. What is the chemical reaction? We are going to see now redox reaction. How the reaction is taking place spontaneously. So, here both the oxidation and reduction takes place simultaneously. One side you can see the electrode that loses electron. Another side you can see another electrode that gains electron. So, here both loss and gain of electron takes place simultaneously. Oxidation and reduction takes place simultaneously. So, the very familiar example we are going to see now is Daniell cell, or it can be a zinc copper cell. So, what is a Daniell cell? It is also a electrochemical cell. I am taking two containers. This is container 1. I am taking zinc sulfate. So I am taking aqueous solution of zinc sulfate in one container. So this container contains aqueous solution of zinc sulfate, and I am dipping zinc rod. I am dipping zinc rod in zinc sulfate. So in one container I have taken zinc sulfate aqueous, where zinc rod is dissolved in, dipped in zinc sulfate solution, and another beaker I am taking where you can see copper sulfate solution aqueous. Copper sulfate solution aqueous. So I am dipping zinc rod in zinc sulfate. Here I am dipping copper rod in copper sulfate. Copper rod is dipped in copper sulfate. Okay. This is copper rod, which is dipped in copper sulfate. So here these two rods are joined together by a wire. These two rods are joined together with the help of a wire, and it is connected to a ammeter. It is connected to the ammeter. So here I have taken two beakers, where in the first beaker I am taking zinc sulfate solution aqueous. In the second beaker I have taken copper sulfate solution aqueous. What is it I have done here? Zinc rod is dipped in zinc sulfate solution, copper rod is dipped in copper sulfate solution. Both the electrodes are connected with the help of a wire to the ammeter. And now we are going to see this zinc rod. Here when you talk about these two, what is that, solutions, zinc sulfate and copper sulfate solutions, they are connected by a salt bridge. So here when you talk about the zinc rod and copper rod, they are connected externally. So both these rods are connected externally with the help of a wire. I have connected it to an ammeter. When you talk about the solutions which are kept inside the beakers, what is that? These two, what is that, off cells, the solutions which are kept in the, what is that, beakers, they are connected by the salt bridge. So it is a salt bridge. So what is a salt bridge? Salt bridge is nothing but it is an inert electrolyte. Salt bridge is nothing but it is an inert electrolyte. Actually, for example, we can take KCl, KNO3, ammonium chloride, etc. in gelatin solution, in 5% gelatin solution. So here what is that we are seeing? We are talking about the Daniell cell. So what is Daniell cell? Actually I have taken two beakers. In the first beaker I have taken, what is that, zinc sulfate aqueous, where a zinc rod is dipped in zinc sulfate solution. Towards the other side I have taken another beaker filled with copper sulfate aqueous. Here copper rod is dissolved in, what is the dipped in copper sulfate solution. And the zinc sulfate and copper sulfate solutions are connected, but is at the help of a salt bridge. And what is a salt bridge actually? It is an inert electrolyte, for example, potassium chloride, potassium nitrate or ammonium chloride, which is prepared as a semi-liquid in 5% gelatin solution. And here we are going to see the beaker which is kept inside, which is kept towards the left hand side. So this is left hand side, that is right hand side. So here when you talk about this beaker which is kept in the left hand side, here what is happening? It is actually anode. So this is actually anode. So here what is that? The left hand side, the off cell in the left hand side, we can call it as, what is that? Anode negative. So it will be negatively charged. So we can call this as, what is that? Anode off cell, anode off cell, or what is that? We can say oxidation off cell, oxidation off cell, negative off cell, left hand side off cell, left side off cell. See here, I told about this container which contains zinc sulfate, where a zinc rod is dipped in zinc sulfate solution. There are two off cells, one in the left hand side, another one in the right hand side. The left hand side off cell, what is that? It is negative. And what is that? Anode. So here this is negative, left hand side off cell is negatively charged, anode. So we can give the names like this toward for the left hand side. Anode off cell, it is a off cell. Anode off cell or oxidation off cell. Why it is oxidation off cell? We are going to say oxidation reaction. So towards the left hand side, what is the chemical reaction taking place? Oxidation. So the left hand side off cell can be called as anode off cell, oxidation off cell, negative off cell, or left side off cell. So it can be called in different names. Similarly, when you move towards the opposite side, when you move towards the right hand side, so what is that? Copper rod dissolved in copper sulfate, copper rod dipped in copper sulfate solution. So here we can call it as, so it is positive. It is positive cathode. So how can we give the name here? It is, what is that? Cathode off cell, cathode off cell, or positive off cell, positive off cell, reduction off cell, reduction off cell, right hand side off cell, right side off cell. So here I have taken two off cells. Both are connected with the help of the wire to an ammeter. So external, what is that? Externally these two off cells are connected with the help of the wire to an ammeter. And the solutions in the beaker are connected by a salt bridge. What is a salt bridge? Actually, it is an inert electrolyte like KCl, KNO3 or ammonium chloride, which is prepared as a semi-liquid paste in 5% gelatin solution. What is the use of this salt bridge? What are the functions of the salt bridge? What it does here? What is the work of this salt bridge? We are going to see now. This salt bridge is nothing but salt bridge. What it does actually? It maintains the electrical neutrality. It maintains the electrical neutrality. So salt bridge we are going to see now, it maintains the electrical neutrality of the half cells and it completes the circuit. It completes the circuit by the flow of current. It completes the circuit by the flow of current. So when you talk about the salt bridge, so salt bridge, what is the work of the salt bridge? It completes the circuit by the flow of current. At the same time, it maintains the electrical neutrality. So here what is happening? Zinc, dissolves. When you talk about the zinc sulfate, zinc 2 plus, so much zinc 2 plus ions are produced here. So what is that? This zinc rod, it loses weight, because here in anode, I told you what is anode, negative terminal where oxidation is taking place. So what is the reaction taking place here? Zinc, solid, zinc solid, what is happening? It loses electron and becomes zinc 2 plus. So zinc solid, what is happening here? Zinc solid, it loses electron and becomes zinc 2 plus. So what is happening here? The flow of electron will be like this. The flow of electron will be like this. So it is electron flow. The electron will be flowing like this. Electron flow will be from zinc to copper. Electron flow will be from zinc to copper. On the other hand, current flow will be from copper to zinc. So current flow will be from copper to zinc, electron flow will be from zinc to copper. This is the reaction taking place in the anode. So zinc rod, loses electron and becomes zinc 2 plus ion. So oxidation is taking place. Now we are going to see the positive side, cathode. So cathode, which is positive, where reduction is taking place. So what is that? What is there in the cathode? Copper 2 plus aqueous. Gains 2 electrons and becomes copper solid. So copper 2 plus aqueous gains 2 electrons and becomes copper solid. So this is the reaction taking place at the cathode. So at the end of the reaction, at the end of the chemical reaction, at the end of the redox reaction, the EMF developed is 1.1 volt. EMF developed is 1.1 volt. What is the EMF actually? Cell potential or electromotive force. So this slide here now we have talked about Daniell cell, working of the Daniell cell. I have explained clearly about the Daniell cell, and we have seen the spontaneous chemical reaction, redox reaction. What is that? The chemical energy that is produced, what is that? It is converted into electrical energy. And this electrical energy what we have obtained here can be used to carry out the other non-spontaneous chemical reactions. So up to this I am stopping today. If you like this presentation, you please click here. Thank you, children.